viewers. Vanakkam, Vandanam, Namaskaram. You are watching Namma channel. It's full and full education and entertainment. Watch the video carefully and learn it everything.
Plus b the whole squared equal to? We have seen this identity before, but let's look at an amazing way to prove this. It's simple. We draw a straight line of any random length, like this. Then we mark a point anywhere on the line. Say we mark it here. Now the line is basically divided into two parts. Let the lengths of the two parts of the line be a and b. So the total length of the line will be a plus b. Since we have to find the value of a plus b the whole square, let us draw a square with a plus b as a side. We draw three lines like these and complete the square. This is a square and the length of each of the sides is a plus b. Let's mark a point on each side which divides it into parts a and b, just like this one. To do that, we can draw just two lines. One line like this will be A and this will be B. We draw a line such that this is A and this is B. And this is length A and this is length B. The big square has been divided into four parts. The small square with sides A, this is a square since all its sides are of length A. The second part would be this square with sides B, and these are the other two parts. This is a rectangle with length B and breadth A, and this too is a rectangle with length B and breadth A. Now there are two ways in which we can calculate the area of the big square. One is side multiplied by side. The length of the side of the big square is A plus B, so the area of the square can be written as a plus b multiplied by a plus b. That is a plus b the whole squared. What is the second way to find the area of this big square? The area of this square will also equal the sum of the areas of the four parts. The area will be the sum of the area of this square, which is a squared, and the area of this rectangle, a multiplied by b, and the area of this rectangle, a multiplied by b, and the area of this square, which is b squared. This is 2ab, and the area can be written as a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. These two have to be equal as they are the area of the same square. Equating these two, we get the identity a plus b the whole squared equal to a squared plus 2ab plus b squared.
Hi, so identity we are going to learn today is a minus b whole square, right? So first let me take a line whose length is a. So I'm going to take a line. Let's assume that its length is equal to a. So this is a line whose length is a, right? And this will be a square, right? But what we have to find? We have to find a minus b whole square. So let me mark a point in this line somewhere here in such a way that this much is b. So if this much is b, this much will be a minus b, right? And let's not forget this whole length was equal to a, right? Yes. So what we have to find? We have to find a minus b square. So to find the a minus b square, I am going to make a square of length a minus b. So again, I am going to take yellow color and let me make a square of a minus b. Yes. So this is a square which I was talking about. This is a square whose one dimension is a minus b. This much is a minus b. Since the bigger square is of the dimension a by a, the remaining will be b, right? And the area of this yellow square will be a minus b whole square, right? And what will be the area of the bigger square? The area of the bigger square will be a square, right? And what can we say about this a minus b square? A minus b square is actually equal to the area of the bigger square, which is a square minus this area, right? This area, isn't it? So if somehow we are able to find the area of this L-shaped figure and remove that much area from a square, we'll get a minus b whole square. So let's try and do it. So to find the area of this L-shaped figure, I am going to do certain constructions. First, I am going to draw a line from this point till this line. So what we get? If you see properly, this is a rectangle whose dimensions are b by a, right? This is a rectangle whose width is b and its length is equal to a, isn't it? So what will be its area? Its area will be a multiplied by b, right? The area of the rectangle is length by breadth. So the area of this orange rectangle will be a multiplied by b, right? And then we have one more rectangle over here, which I am going to color in purple. This is a rectangle whose one side is equal to b and its length is actually equal to a minus b. This whole was equal to a and this much is b, so the remaining is a minus b. So the area of this rectangle will be b multiplied by a minus b, right? So if from the bigger square I remove this area and this area, we will get the area of the square whose one side is equal to a minus b, right? As you can see, I have written a square and then we have to subtract this area, that is minus ab, right? And then we have to subtract this area also, that is minus b multiplied by a minus b, right? And to simplify this, let me open this bracket. Let me multiply this minus b inside the bracket. So we will get this a square will be as it is. This minus ab will also be as it is. And minus b multiplied by a will be minus ab. And minus b multiplied by minus b will be plus b square, right? So this can be written as a square minus ab is minus 2ab and then plus b square, right? And this is the formula of a minus b whole square. A minus b whole square is equal to a square minus 2ab plus b square, right? So this is a geometrical representation of a minus b whole square. Hi. So identity we are going to learn today is a square minus b square. So a square is the area of a square whose one side is equal to a. So let me make a square. So this is the square of each side equal to a, right? This means that this is equal to a, right? And this will also be vertically also it will be equal to a, right? And what about the area of this square? The area of this square is a square, right? And now what we have to do? Now we have minus b square. That means we have to remove a square from this area whose one side is equal to b. So I'm going to do that. So this is the square whose area is b square, right? That means each side of the square is equal to b. This is b and this is also b, right? So a square minus b square will be the remaining area. This area will be a square minus b square, isn't it? Because this is the bigger square whose area was a square minus the area of this smaller square whose area is b square. So this much is a square minus b square, right? And if I cut this figure from here, this much will be equal to b, right? And this much will be equal to a minus b, right? This portion belonged over here, where this much is b and the whole was a. So this much portion will be a minus b, right? And now I'm going to join this over here. And before joining, I'm going to turn it by 90 degree. And let me flip it again. So this much was b and this much was originally a minus b, right? So since this is b, this is also b. And this makes a rectangle whose length is equal to a plus b, right? And it has width equal to a minus b. So what can we say about the area of this rectangle? The area of this rectangle will be its length, that is a plus b multiplied by a minus b. And this rectangle is actually formed from a square minus b square, right? So from here we get a square minus b square is equal to a plus b multiplied by a minus b, right?
Hey students, today we are going to discuss about how x plus a into x plus b is proved geometrically. First, I took a rectangular sheet. Now I divided length into two parts and breadth also. Now a regular sheet is divided into 4 parts. Now we will find the area of all the boxes inside the rectangular sheet. The area of the first box is x square. Box 2 is ax. Box 3 is bx. And the last box equal to a into b, ab. This is the area of all boxes. Now we will find the area of rectangular sheet. Here length is x plus a and breadth is x plus b. So x plus a into x plus b is equal to x square plus ax plus bx plus ab. So that x plus a into x plus b is equal to x square plus a plus b into x plus ab.
Hi. So today we are going to learn how to understand a plus b whole cube by using geometry. So since we have a cube over here, so let me draw one cube. So here we have a cube, right? And if we assume the side of this cube, each side of this cube S, what will be its volume? Volume of a cube is side multiplied by side multiplied by side. So it will be S cube. We can call it side or we can call it edge, right? Now since we are talking about a plus b whole cube, so let me divide this side or edge of the cube in a and b. So let me do that. So here, as you can see, I have done certain markings on this cube. And if we assume that this whole side or the one edge of the cube is a plus b, and if we assume that this much portion from here till here, it is a, and rest of it is b. And similarly, I have done markings over here also. This is a and this is b, right? Here also it is A, this much is A, and the rest of it is B, right? So now this cube has got converted into a cube which has edge equal to A plus B, right? So this is a cube whose one edge is equal to A plus B. And what we have learnt about the volume of a cube? Volume of a cube is side cube or the cube of edge, right? So now let's see what can we do from here. So here we have a cube which has each side equal to A plus B, right? And I have done certain markings where this is equal to A and this much is equal to B, right? Everywhere I have done these kind of markings, right? And now if I do something, if I cut this cube along with this line, this is the line. If I cut this cube along this line, we are going to get two slabs where one slab will have height is equal to A, right? And another slab will have height as B, isn't it? These will be two slabs we'll be getting, and this cross section will be common to each of the slabs, right? So these will be two cuboids or slabs we are going to get where this is A, right? This is also A, and height of this cuboid is B, right? And the height of this cuboid is A. This much is A, right? And here also this length will be A, right? This will also be A, and the rest of it will be B, right? Here this will be B as we had in our original cube. This will also be B. So now we have divided A plus B whole cube or the cube of one side A plus B into two cuboids where one cuboid has height as B and this surface is still a square of one side A plus B, right? And this surface is also a square of one side A plus B, right? And now again if I cut each of these cuboids along these lines, we are going to get few more cuboids. And now if we talk about their volumes, so if we talk about this small cuboid, this one, what will be the volume of this cuboid? Each edge of this cuboid is A, so its volume will be A cube, right? And now if I talk about this cuboid, this bigger one, this one, it has a height equal to B and this face is also B by B, right? Its volume will be B multiplied by B multiplied by B, that is B cube, right? Yes. And now if we talk about these long cuboids, these ones, this one, what will be its volume? Yes, its face is A by A and its height is B, so its volume will be the area of this surface, that is A square, and the height, that is B. So the volume of this light blue cuboid will be A square B. And similarly we have two more such cuboids. One is this one and another one is this one, which has the same volume. Their volume is also A square B and A square B, right? This also has this face which is a square and its length is B, so its volume will be A square B, and similarly this cuboid will also have volume A square B, right? And now if I talk about this cuboid, this one, what will be its volume? This face of this cuboid is a square of B by B, right? And the thickness of this cuboid is A, so its volume will be B square A, or if I write it alphabetically, it will be AB square, right? Similarly, this will also be of the same dimensions and it will also have volume as B square A, right? And if I talk about this cuboid, it has a height of A and this face is a square of b by b, right? So volume of this cuboid will also be AB square, right? And now if I talk about the total volume of these two slabs together, volume will be, let me write over here, there is one A cube, this one, and then there is one B cube, this one, so plus B cube, and then we have 1, 2 and 3 A square B's, so this will be plus 3 A square B, and we have 1, 2 and 3 AB square, so this will be plus 3 AB square, right? So the total volume of a cube which has one edge equal to A plus B, the volume of the cube can be found by using this formula, which is A cube plus B cube plus 3A square B plus 3AB square. So we have found it using the volume of a cube or cuboid, right? And this is also one easy way to understand this formula.
Thank you for watching our channel. This video உங்களுக்கு பிடிச்சிருந்ததுனா கமெண்ட் பண்ணுங்க, லைக் பண்ணுங்க, ஷேர் பண்ணுங்க.